Hi everyone, it's Angie B. Thanks so much for joining me. I recently had a querent, one of my great friends and Soul Tribe members here on the channel recently purchased a feminine clearing baggage package, which is a series of readings getting down to the nitty-gritty of what's wrong with you. And I always highly recommend that you follow up with a past life reading when you do the baggage clearing package, because it really doesn't go into depth on the past life, and you kind of need that. It touches on it, but you need to go into depth with that. And so that's why with the feminine and the masculine clearing baggage package, I do give you a free reading. You can choose whatever reading. Some people like to choose the karma spread and just get to the nitty of what is the karma. But if you do the past life spread, I like to show you what is your karma. And I can really kind of point it out. And I do want to reiterate, I am not a specialist in astrology. So you can take this reading to an astrologist and have them verify or nullify my findings. But I will not tell you anything that I am not absolutely certain or confident of. I'm probably underestimating my own skill when I say that I am not a specialist. My twin flame was in another life, but he hasn't quite risen up to that yet. So I don't know where I draw from the energy from, but I'm pretty great at it. So anyway, let's get started. I do want to point out to you some of your composition so that you'll get an understanding or the gist of understanding of what comes next. You have 3 elements of masculinity or yang energy. And then you've got 7 elements of feminine or yin energy. You've got 2 cardinal elements. You've got 5 fixed elements. You've got 2 fire elements. You've got 2 earth elements. You have 1 air element. And you have 5 water elements. What does that mean? It means you can be very emotional and stuck in your ways, yet very feminine. And then everything else falls under it. You have to initiate energy into other things, but your prominent strengths are going to be in your femininity, your fixed energy, and your water energy. All right, so let's see what I found in your beautiful chart on the moment you were born. All right, for the querent, I have a note here not to call out your name. I will not call your name out for this reading. That is private, although this reading will be published. This is a private reading, everyone, but it will be publicly published. So privacy and discretion is really important. So let's go with your reading. I found you at 28 degrees rising Cancer, and this is your first ascendant, which is your exact past life. Your past life is that of a Cancer. And with 28 degrees, that is a lot of Cancer energy. And what we know about Cancer energy is Cancer, first of all, Cancer sun signs are here with today's understanding on how to clear out yesterday's pain. You are one of those here in Cancer energy that has to heal yesterday's pain. So yesterday being your past life. So with your rising sign in 28 degrees Cancer, this makes you really sensitive by nature. You prefer to be on your own and around familiar surroundings. Cancer people need to feel belonged. You need to be reminded that you belong. You need to feel that you belong, and you need to be comfortable where you belong. And that's difficult to achieve. And if you're in search of that, with fixed and water energies, you could have a lot of depression and a lot of emotional turmoil within you that sometimes you don't even know. It makes you explode. You don't know where it's coming from. It's your past life energy. This makes you really cautious, really conservative, really hold back sometimes. It makes you have difficulty in expressing yourself. It makes you change your life very slowly. You're absolutely resistant to change. And the thing is you got fixed energy. a lot of fixed elements within you, making it almost impossible for you to change. So once you make a decision to do something, it takes great energy for you to even consider a decision of change. But when you do, you've got 2 elements of fire that help and support you. And then you get grounded again with 2 elements of water. But then you stay there because you have 5 fixed elements in your chart. So it's really difficult for you to make changes. And if you do them very, very, very slowly, like I said, if at all. All right? You're cut and dry and that's it. You don't open up easily to strangers. This could also work against you because you may not be willing to network. You may not be open to new friendships. You like your perfect little bubble. And that's difficult. Friendships that you do have, though, they're beautiful and they last you forever. You do keep your friends forever. Once your trust is given, though, you give it forever. You don't vacillate with your trust. You don't take it back. You're not a friend, Indian giver. If you trust someone, it's because you've taken your time and you finally made a decision. You know what? I can trust this person. I'm comfortable around this person. I've been around this person long enough. So friendships, can last you forever. So that's a beautiful thing. Once your trust is given, it is forever. It's possible that your mother or even your home as a child and your early family life in general was very important to you. So you may have a lot of your home may be decorated in mementos that celebrate your family, that remind you of sentimental moments between you and your family, because you like to go back and reminisce. You like to re-feel and revisit the nostalgia from that moment. So you may have a lot of antique items, a lot of old items, a lot of family heirlooms, and pictures, lots of family pictures. You treasure your family and it's very, very important to you. And again, like I said, you're very sentimental because of this energy being in your chart. When you feel confident, though, you're gentle, you're giving, and you're protective. And you need others. Also, you can be very protective of the need of others. Okay? So that's a really strong energy that you safeguard that energy. All right? It's good. You're very oversensitive to criticism probably most of the time. Don't take it so well. And actually, someone saying the right thing to you in the wrong way could send you in a spiral of not chronic depression, but an emotional trauma. And then remember, this is past life energy. So you experienced a lot of this in your past life. You have an accumulated residual energy within your soul that has experienced that you've brought into this past life. So when someone says anything that indirectly or directly feels like criticism to you, you lose it on the inside, and it takes you a long time to really heal from that and fix that. Henceforth, you don't change so easily or slowly. So let's see. You could be shy. You can be withdrawn. You could be very moody, and you have a strong need for security. Like I said, you need to be nourished. You need to be protected. You need to feel like you belong at all times, and it can cause a lot of insecurities with you. So this is the area of you that you need to heal. If you can go back to, once you finish this, maybe you'll need to go back to your feminine clearing, your baggage reading, and really look at what it was that keeps you. What is it that's keeping you down? What is it that's making you feel so suppressed? Because you really have to let go of certain things and try harder to be willing to change. Healing your past life energy is really what's going to set you free so you can step into your sun sign energy. So let's talk about exactly what that sun sign energy is. Excitingly, you already know your birthday is in November. So you are a Scorpio and your sun sign is in 13 degrees Scorpio. It makes you a very intense and complex by nature. So not only are you sensitive, but you're intense and complex. Ouch. You have extremely strong emotional reactions to almost all situations. Feeling very often difficult to verbalize. Again, with Cancer energy and the Scorpio energy, it feels like it's impossible for you to express yourself. In your brain, now Scorpio is in your 5th house. So that's brain. That's your brain, how you think. It's amazing. It's astrology. It's astrology studies. It's childhood studies. Your stomach area are concerns for health in your 5th house. So, wow. Anything that you feel that attacks you or makes you sensitively, or how should I put this? It triggers your sensitive points. It gives you stomach issues. So you could have stomach ulcers, digestive problems, gastro problems, appetite problems, just, stomach area in general problems. You're causing yourself health problems because of suppressed energy, and this would be from Cancer and from Scorpio. So you really, really, really need to think about that energy. All right, so if you are having, my dear, any of these problems in your stomach area, you need to know it's not exactly the situation. It's more than anything, it's how you're responding to the situation. You're extremely sensitive and intense. All right, so this makes you a very quiet person. All right, when everyone else is exuberant and exciting, you're quiet and aloof. All right, and that's just who you are. You're brood and you like to think a lot. And you seldom get overly angry. But when you do, you're furious and you're unforgiving. Remember, Scorpio has a stinger. And this is in your 5th house. So it's about your brain, astrology studies, childhood issues, child issues, good and bad. And of course, your stomach is going to be your concern area for health. So this makes you not attracted to anything superficial, having Scorpio and your sun sign. You can't stand anything fake, and you respond to it with sensitivity. You don't like casual relationships. You need a friend for life. Like, you're only going to be interested and invested. You're loyal, but you're going to be interested and invested with someone who's going to give back or reciprocate that energy, which makes it hard for you to shuffle around to friends to experience different things. So the thing about being Scorpio sun is that anytime that you're challenged or anything that challenges you, you're going to take it personal. You don't mean to, but you do. It's who you are. And you tend to lash out and fight back in a vengeful manner, which doesn't always help. It kind of makes things worse sometimes, right? So you love mysteries and you love the supernatural, which is good because your 5th house, again, is about astrology studies. So you may actually become a phenomenal astrologer. Maybe even this reading will inspire you. But you definitely could have strengths in astrology. All right, so let's keep moving forward. Let's see. I have a whole bunch of notes here. When you make an emotional commitment, it's basically total. It's you when you emotionally commit to someone, that's it. You've decided. I already said that. Basically, you decided that. That's reflective of your Cancer, also your Scorpio energy. So it's who you are, and those are characteristics that you were comfortable with. So you brought them into this lifetime as well. You're not attracted to anything that's superficial or casual. Let's see. You love mysteries, all of the supernatural. You're a good detective. And you love getting to the roots of the problems because you enjoy finding out what makes other people tick, and you are known to be very willful. and very powerful and quite tenacious. Now, I want to tell you how you can overcome all of these obstacles right here, right now. Sexual feminine energy. You just told me the other day you're getting a bunch of attention. When you're getting a bunch of attention, that's because you're stepping into your Scorpio energy. You're stepping into your sun sign energy. And people, they don't know it, but they feel it, they perceive it. And when you're receiving that type of energy, this is what you do with it. You don't have to open your legs and have sex with everyone, but you use your femininity to get what you want. So if you need to persuade a situation to be less intense, less complex, for you to feel safe and feel comfortable, because you know you're going to be vulnerable because you are very sensitive, then you're going to use your femininity. And Scorpio rules, or the chakra for Scorpio is ruled in the solar plexus. So you also share this space with Aries. When you're using and nurturing your solar plexus, you can actually overcome obstacles that your Scorpio energy keeps you held back with by implementing Aries-like characteristics. You only have 2 elements of fire within your chart. So wherever you're feeling stagnant or overly emotional, obviously you know that you can use your solar plexus. You can add yellow crystals. You can put on the color yellow. You can support yourself. Citrine is a great crystal. It's the best for the solar plexus. Using citrine will help you tune into your power, your will to succeed, your will to overcome things. It'll help you align with your purpose, and it will help you to take action, which is going to be really important for you. So now let's talk about your moon sign, which is 8 degrees in Capricorn, which is very interesting. It's a wonderful energy for you. It's a wonderful energy to add to you because you're so heavily fixed and watery. So this is really good. This helps you to get serious, but you can be shy and very uncomfortable in situations where there's any type of spontaneity or exuberance. It may cause you to feel emotional. You won't know why, but this is just how you respond to it. But it helps you to become an achiever. It helps you where you're desiring to achieve. This makes you want to do practical things, worthwhile things that produce tangible results. You don't want to invest yourself or your time or your energy into anything superficial. You really get turned off by the superficial. So with your moon sign in Capricorn, this is kind of, your moon sign is exactly how your personality and behaviors are. This is really going to help you out because you tend to feel that you're a failure unless you get something important or highly respectable done. You need to be respected in your position in life. You need people to respect you where you work. And, when you put forth effort, you really like for them to be respected. So don't forget, Capricorn is the root chakra, and carnelian is my favorite crystal for that. Of course, any other red crystal. But when it comes to your moon sign, I have to strongly advise you not to be too hard on yourself. It's good to have practical needs, but it always wins out over your emotional considerations. So, but then they gear each other, so be really careful. And remember that you have the right to be comfortable. You have the right to any type of security that you seek, and especially love. So be dutiful and patient. This kind of Capricorn energy will help you to actually do that. So appreciate that, celebrate that within yourself. So when you're doing any kind of chakra balancing, put that carnelian on your genital area and talk to your Capricorn. This is who you are in that area. So your sensuality, your femininity may radiate from Capricornian energy. So be really careful. You may actually shy away from the attention that you actually do get out of confusion with struggling with emotions and seeking the stability. When you make an emotional commitment, you sign for the long haul. Your love is really long and enduring. So that's a really good characteristic of being Capricorn. So celebrate that about yourself as well. And remember, the root chakra is about your survival center. It's about feeling that you can survive in any situation. It's about violations relating to surviving. So accidents, abuse, rape, violence, any type of impotence, frigidity. And it's all about your basic creativity. So when your root chakra starts to sing, you know that you really need to start getting creative. This is about worrying about money, and this is a really good time to address that energy, because most of us are either losing our jobs or trying to reorganize themselves from working at home. So your root chakra may actually be going crazy. So talk to it. That's your Capricorn. Speak out loud to it and really address those areas with love, lots of love. And also, your Capricorn is in your 6th house, and 6th house is all about disease, being disease free. It's about war, sin, fear, insults, court cases, even enemies and servants. So when you have activity in your root chakra, there is notification about these things in your environment, or an imbalance, fear, or even intelligence. You may be receiving intelligence about enemies around you, servants as in people who serve you or you serve or whatever. You could have extraneous worry about war and things like that. So remember, you can make a change by changing yourself. So if you want to get involved in things like that, of course, that change will have to start with you. But your moon sign is Capricorn. It's in 8 degrees, and that is your 6th house. All right, so let's move along. Let's talk about your Mercury. So it's 27 degrees in Scorpio, which is also in your 5th house. So with your Sun and your Mercury in Scorpio, you've got Mercury at 27 degrees and your Sun sign Scorpio at 13 degrees. You're a whole lot of Scorpio, and there's more Scorpio in your chart that I'll talk about later. The interesting thing is it's more water, lots more water. So with your Mercury in 27 degrees in Scorpio, this is going to make you a born investigator. You have a hard time being satisfied with anything that you're told. You may appear to others as quite the stalker. When you want to get to know somebody, you want to really know everything. You're typically fascinated, because of this energy, fascinated by secrets and mysteries and unanswered questions of any kind. You're probably the one who will go the extra mile to get to the bottom of a situation. Especially when you become upset or angry, your emotional reactions could be really overpowering. You're looking for reason and logic to disappear. In an uncontrollable passionate outburst, that's what you're experiencing. So it really makes you have trouble getting grounded, because you are really sort of overtaken by your passion to understand things. You tend to keep your thoughts secret and bottled up, and this makes others regard you with suspicion. So people tend to not trust you. People tend to think that you're a stalker, and people will sort of push you away because of this energy, but it's your innate desire to know every aspect of things. And honestly, regardless of how people feel about you, you got to stick true to what you are and who you are. So I say keep digging. It's not that you're really trying to be purposely evasive. It's just that you would rather not deal with the explosions and the hassles that often occur. When you reveal your true feelings and your opinions, you need a safe space. And the thing about you is that your sense of humor is very sarcastic, because of this energy, and it tends to be quite ironic. So your humor tends to turn people off. Try to be a little more funnier to soften the blow to some people if you can, but I always encourage you to be true to yourself. There's a reason why you are this way. So remember, again, that's going to be your solar plexus area. And my favorite crystal is citrine, of course. So let's move along into your Venus area, which is really important. Venus has a lot to do with how you love, how you give or receive love. I know for you in particular, getting love, receiving love right now is really important because you're single. So this will help you a lot. But unfortunately, again, you're saturated with more water in your Venus area. Venus and Scorpio. Yes, you have Scorpio at 12 degrees inside of your Venus, which is, let's see, also in it's in your fourth house. And the interesting thing here is the fourth house is about your health, your security, your home, family, and how you are in groups. So with Scorpio there, you may be very defensive when it comes to letting anyone into your home unless they're already established with you in a particular relationship. Someone that you've already cultivated that trust with, someone that you're already secure with. So it takes a lot for you to say, okay, I'm going to trust you, I'm going to let you in. And then with Venus and Scorpio, this is an issue where you could be having trouble, not necessarily finding the relationships, but keeping them. So let's see, your feelings about others are really deep and powerful and again, intense and complex. Those are Scorpio characteristics. When you like someone, you do so totally and obsessively. And you do not like someone if you feel like, they don't exist. Or if they make you feel like they don't exist. All right? If they hide from you or hide things from you, or they believe that you are doing this, you'll have conflict of interest. And this is when you become overly emotional. You get really intense and become much more complex. Okay, so this could work against you. So be really careful with that energy. No one likes, unless you're a Libra, no one really likes being obsessed about, but you can really become obsessive and that can really scare people in love. So your obsessiveness is probably coming from your desire, that innate desire to understand things. You want to dig deep into what makes people tick, and people don't necessarily want to reveal that to you. This may be a characteristic that you're putting on the table before the relationship is fully established. So that could be working against you. Some people could enjoy that. Obviously, another Scorpio would at least understand that. I'm not saying that they would compliment that, but they would understand that it may be too much to have two Scorpios in a relationship together doing that together. But your Venus is in 12 degrees at Scorpio. Your faithfulness and your loyalty for your lover is unquestioned. Anyone can see that. Sometimes it's a little too much, which can hurt you sometimes. And you get so possessive that you smother your partners. And of course, you have to remember to give people their freedom, especially when love is concerned. You use your femininity and your sexuality to pull them in, and then you sort of lock them down. And it just can't work. That really can be bad for you. It causes your intensity is so complex and so intense that it can frighten you, but you also are frightening this partner. So be careful with that energy. The other thing is that you tend to really keep your feelings to yourself. You have a history with the Cancer and the Scorpio and a little bit of the Capricorn with keeping things in. And so you're constantly shoving things into your bottle, which, you do this because you're afraid of what you feel. You feel so much love and so much passion when it comes to love and relationships. You want to love for the both of you, and it can't work that way. When you do this, things become more explosive when you eventually do express them. So when you try to express yourself, you end up hurting the ones that you really are trying to love, and no one can, or it may be difficult for most people to actually understand that from you. So it's best that you avoid that energy.
My favorite thing to say is try to explain yourself instead of expressing yourself. You'll do a lot better that way. So here's what I recommend to help you with that energy, because you've got Venus at 12 degrees, which is your in Scorpio in your 4th house. So your Venus is Scorpio. And one of the ways that I could suggest that you would probably do better is to probably write what you really feel, constantly journal, and constantly explain yourself in a journal. You may not necessarily have to give it to anyone, but if you have particular family members or something that you're having trouble with expressing yourself with because you feel so intensely, perhaps keeping a journal would be best. And then, when you finish the journal, perhaps you can give it as a gift at the end of the year. Obviously, you want to keep it positive and keep it full of love, but this could help you with not being so bottled up, also not being so afraid of what you feel, and help you to actually not smother people, but be able to love them in your own way, but in a healthier way. Okay, try that out and let me know how that works out for you. And moving forward, we have your Mars, which is 16 degrees in Aquarius. Woo woo! Finally, we have some air element. It is your only air element, right? So let's see. This is about your ideas and your opinions. They're usually very inventive and original, but sometimes they're merely eccentric and offbeat. You're a bit of an ultralistic type of personality in this area. So you may communicate futuristic ideas. You may be the one to be able to solve problems, bring other people together. Okay, which could make you feel uncomfortable and could ultimately shut you down when other people get excited about your ideas. And, like I said, they're perceived as offbeat. It's not your fault. It's you. It's you communicating futuristic ideas, and basking in that energy would be good for you as long as you allow others to, step in and do what they do best. And here's the interesting thing about having Aquarius in Mars. You've got 16 degrees, which is a very healthy position. All right, you're well into Aquarius. You could actually, when you're having problems at work, problems with friends, if you're really big on tarot, obviously you are, you could listen to some Aquarius readings to get some insight on, how you could do things better. Because I see you having, it's sort of a resentment to traditional authority figures, because you think that your ideas are better thought out and possibly even more valuable than theirs. And, the thing about working with groups is you're willing to work really hard on your goals, even if it's a group goal, as long as they meet your standards. So anything that is below your standards or superficial, or if you feel it's a waste of time, you're not going to give any effort to it, which can hurt you in the long run. You're very idealistic. Let's just kind of call you a rebel with a cause. So with Aquarius in your, 8th house, this is about your rebirth, your reincarnation, intrigue, sex, espionage, secrets, and even death. And remember, the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, which is fixed and water energy. So a lot of your strength, a lot of where your leadership skills comes from your Mars in Aquarius. And like I said, you have a very healthy position of 16 degrees. An aptitude that you could adopt in this area would be to say to yourself, I circulate shared resources. I circulate shared resources, meaning you can put the idea out, let everyone have a little spin at it. That will help you so much. So Aquarius is ruled by the root chakra, which is, again, you're going to use the crystal carnelian to help you with that area over your genitals. That would help you to stay grounded in that area and to be able to allow others to help you. Aquarius is all about social settings and groups and futuristic thinking, and you've got that in your chart, which is such a gift and such a blessing to you, but it's overtaken by the fixed and water energy. So it's hard for you to work with that energy unless you're really conscious of what you're doing. So be mindful of that in the future. Let's move forward. Your Jupiter is in your, it's 12 degrees in Pisces. Very exciting. It's also in your 9th house. So let me tell you a little bit about that. Jupiter is known to be where you can find your husband or your mate at, right? Your life partner information can actually come from your house of Jupiter, or where your Jupiter is located in your chart. For you, it's 12 degrees in Pisces, a very healthy setting. You could potentially partner very well with a Pisces or find love with a Pisces person. Like I said, I'm not 100% expert in astrology. I can help you with that, but it's probably best that you do the research with someone who is an expert. But I will tell you that with Jupiter at 12 degrees in Pisces, for you, you're at your best when you give your best. If you're giving of yourself and you're giving what you have, you're giving all that you have, that's when you feel your best. Jupiter is all about gifts and blessings, right? And you've got that Pisces energy there, more water. And what do we know about Pisces? They're either coming or going, but they run very deep, very dark. So you give and give and give and give and give, and you don't expect anything in return. But when you don't get it, it absolutely upsets you. It makes you feel like life is not cooperating the way things should be, and it really hurts your feelings. Let go of that idealism that you have to give so much. Give what you feel compelled to give. Be mindful of what you're giving, and allow yourself to receive too. That's a feminine balance. You have to allow yourself to receive. And you may actually be a good receiver. You may actually be a very good receiver with so much femininity or feminine energy in your chart. So let's see. You're very concerned with spiritual growth and spiritual truth. We know you're a truth seeker. And when you practice what you preach, you make an excellent role model for others. So keep doing that. That helps you. That strengthens you. I know that you're very devoted to altruistic. Oh my God, I'm tongue-tied. Altruistic ventures and concerns. But the thing is that they're going to tire you out so easy. You burn yourself out because you just want to give. And someone who gives just burns out. And you've got so much feminine energy in your chart. Make sure that you're receiving, because if not, you have to go run in your corner and literally go heal yourself. So the chakra for Pisces is the sacral chakra. That's the color orange. I love carnelian or mookaite. Carnelian and mookaite I really love, or even smoky quartz for the sacral chakra area. This is where your creativity is going to come from. It will help you balance that chakra out so well. Your 9th house is where your Pisces and Jupiter is located. This is all about philosophy. This is focus. And here's the really good information for you. Jupiter actually rules the 9th house. So, and that's Sagittarian energy. It's mutable fire energy. And you only have 2 elements of fire. So you really need this pinpointed location. This is excellent for you, so that you can be an excellent receiver. Just be mindful if you are receiving. This is all about philosophy, focus, theory, thinking, and ideas. This is who you are. You may even be a bit of an overthinker, all right? Paralyzing yourself with fear, trying to understand the deeper meaning of things. So remember to receive. That's all you have to do. The sacral chakra is all about, I like to call it the old stuff center, all right? Family, sexual issues, childhood conditioning, possibly even violations of the body or personal space, something that may or may not have been done to us, something taken from us with or without our permission. If you have issues with molestation, abuse, rape, any type of impotence or frigidity. That area can be healed by using those crystals and by speaking your truth and by remembering to cap off how much you give and allow yourself to receive. But don't give with an expectation. Give from your heart and allow that energy to return to you. All right, let's move forward. Awesome. Your Saturn is in 8 degrees or at 8 degrees in Sagittarius. I really like to hear this for you. This is the other fire element for you, or one of the fire elements for you, but you have a second dip into that fire energy because remember the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius. So yay, it's kind of like you can tap into Sagittarian energy when you're triggered to, and you'll have a very strong dominance or prominence or an ability to have dominion in Sagittarian energy. That's all in your head, baby. It's where your philosophies are coming from or born from. It's where your understanding, your focus, your thinking, your ideas. So this is really good. So Saturn is 8 degrees in Sagittarius for you, basically making you really conservative, where you have a real traditional respect for authority figures, and you're thankful and supportive of the laws and institution which govern your life. Like you're not a rule breaker. You appreciate structure. And that's really good for you. You learn to accept new ideas after here's the funny thing, after you've thoroughly examined them and you've put your own spin on whatever that is. So ideals and abstract concepts are really important to you, but only if they can be used in some sort of practical fashion. You're so practical and so orderly that you have natural skills in planning, administration, and organizing. Like I said, you could be a business. You could be doing business management and some even paralegal, things like that. I mean, there's a whole slew of career opportunities for you with the type of brain that you have. So Sagittarius is again ruled by the sacral chakra. So you really want to get that carnelian. I love carnelian, the smoky quartz. It depends on what you're going through. Even ametrine can help. All right. And heal that sacral chakra area. Again, that's the old stuff center, family sexual issues, childhood conditioning, the same thing that I just said before. So let's move forward. With your Saturn in Sagittarius at 8 degrees, that is in your 5th house. That's all about pleasure, love, romance, lust, gluttony. And this is ruled by Leo. This house is ruled by Leo, which is a fixed energy. So you have thought long and hard about pleasure, what makes you happy, what your idea of love is, and romance and lust and your perception on gluttony. And whatever you have developed as a philosophy, you're not changing that energy. You're fixed. That's it. It's stuck. That's it. And whoever comes to you has to sort of meet that criteria. And I don't think that's going to change a whole lot for you unless you decide to make that change. But you're definitely not going to be persuaded into any types of changes in the matters of the 5th house, where love, romance, lust, and gluttony and pleasures go. You may go through a lot of partners trying to find the right one who meets this specific criteria. And we all know that you can actually fail in love by having too high of standards. So reconsider that. You may need to be a little bit flexible on some of those standards. Whatever. You may meet the perfect guy but refuse him because he smokes or he's a little overweight or something like that, and totally miss out on true love or pure love. That would be foolish, wouldn't it? So rethink that area of your life, and we're going to keep moving forward into your Uranus. Your Uranus is about how you transform, how you change, and you have such a healthy placement. You're almost on your way out, but you're 20 degrees in Sagittarius in your Uranus. So this is really good. This is about you, and most of your peers have a tendency to think that all the ideas that you can come up with are in custom traditions from the past are outmoded and irrelevant. You are attracted to people who think like you, okay? You like to know that if you're going to make some changes, that everyone around you is going to make the same change with you. You don't like to do things on your own in some aspect. You're attracted to radically new ideas and philosophies and even religions that will, and hopefully cause sweeping changes throughout the world. You think your ideas are so magnificent that they can transform the world, and they must really be. But are you putting that energy to use? Are you out here transforming the world? All right? Think about that. And remember, Sag is in your 5th house. This is in your 5th house. I'm sorry. Am I right? Yes. Uranus in Sagittarius for you is at 20 degrees. It's in your 5th house. Again, talking about pleasure, love, romance, gluttony, and all that good stuff. And again, Sagittarius is ruling your solar plexus. You have a lot of energy and a lot of concentration of your chart in your root and your sacral chakra and your solar plexus energy, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. So again, it's about that old stuff center. So I really believe that your past life as a Cancer is really specifically healing the root chakra and the solar plexus. I'm going to go through that list again just so we're clear. Feeling that you won't survive life-threatening incidents. You may be even attracting coronavirus to you because out of fear. You may attract a lot of things in your lifetime out of fear. Not intentionally, but this is what you're healing, right? And your past life was as a Cancer, so you're bringing all that energy in with you. Violations to any type of related to surviving accidents, abuse, rape, impotence, frigidity, maybe things that happened in your first years of life, maybe even rejection from your first creative thought processes. You may have shared ideas with people and they just totally shot you down, making you feel like, oh, well, I know my ideas are better than yours, and I don't know. And also about, childhood conditioning, family sexual issues, violations of the body or personal space, something that's done to us, being raped, being molested, impotence again, frigidity again, and things that have been taken from you or stolen from you without your consent. You've got a lot of energy in your chart that is specifically focusing on those areas. Moving forward, oh my gosh, we're at 47 minutes already. All right, well, you got Neptune at 3 degrees in Capricorn. More Capricornian energy. I love it. You have a lot of really hard energies that need to be healed in this lifetime. This is interesting. Neptune is all about the hidden, the unseen, the mysticism, psychic abilities, and connecting to spirit worlds above. And with this in Capricorn, you could have a lot of phenomenal power, a lot of phenomenal energy around you. You could be contacted by ghosts and spirits and entities from the other side asking for help. And then I saw somewhere earlier in your chart where you potentially have a lot of ability to work with astrology and even tarot. You definitely, with Capricorn in mysticism or in the Neptune area, I would say you should definitely learn tarot or learn astrology and think really long and hard before you do that. I mean, is it you? I don't want to encourage you to do something that you're not interested in, but you could actually be quite successful. And again, with with Neptune and Capricorn, this can actually cause you independently or even, working with friends or in a group, but you can actually influence the entire generation, your generation, by whatever work you do put out. But it's about idealized work. It's about practicality and the ability to obtain reasonable goals. But the thing is because you need to stress, you just have this desire within you to stress the need to be selfless and giving. And when you do that, it actually makes it difficult for you to obtain your own goals unless you've lowered your expectations on all fronts. So, which causes you to be disappointed and disinterested. So your Neptune in Capricorn actually kind of hinders you being able to achieve your goals unless you're willing to be flexible. Come off your high horse, so to speak. And so again, Capricorn is ruled by the root chakra. And I love putting hematite or black obsidian or, those are my two favorites. Black obsidian and hematite. And black tourmaline is really good too for balancing the root chakra. It depends on what you have available. It depends on what you like to work with. Everyone can't handle black obsidian. If you have it available or are interested in that sounds, piques your interest. As a Capricorn, it might. I strongly suggest, because you have such an overwhelming amount of feminine energy, that you start with a snowflake obsidian. Do not go straight for the black obsidian. It may put you on an emotional roller coaster that could take you years to come out of. Don't do it. Start with a snowflake obsidian and see how well you do. Or just, like I said, use the hematite like I do, or the black tourmaline. With that being said, this is your 6th house, okay? Mercury is there in your 6th house, but you have your Neptune and Capricorn in your 6th house. And let's see, that is a Virgo ruled area. Again, this is mutable earth energy in that house. So you're a guest in that house. And you're going to be learning and healing and working with, issues related to your health, caring for yourself, caring for others, being a healer, allowing your healing abilities to come out. That's really good because Neptune and healing are just perfect. All right. You paying attention to details, even science and analytical work, and work in itself. And you can say to yourself, anything that you want or anything that you need to keep you stabilized in that energy. But remember, you need to be flexible. All right, let's move forward. This is really exciting. Your Pluto is in Scorpio at 7 degrees. That's really healthy. And 7 is a very spiritual number. So I'm really, I'm scared of you, girl. Let me tell you why. With your Pluto is all about transformation. It's about destruction. It's about tearing things down so they can be rebuilt. It's about, this doesn't work, let's do it again. Let's try again, let's make it right. And you got Scorpio there. So you're going to do that with a sting. You're going to do that. You're going to be compelled by making change through an emotional transformation within you. So you're going to bubble up with emotions and explode, tear everything down, and rebuild again. You have the ability to do that, and to teach the rest of the world to do that. For you, this is a period of intense research and discovery, basically in areas that were, beforehand considered mysterious, remote, or even taboo. The root cause from many complex occurrences will be unearthed by you because of your innate ability to dig deep. And due to the intensity and the thoroughness of your search, you will uncover mysteries that others can't even dream of figuring out. So if you are compelled to research something, trust your instincts, go for it, and dig really deep. And like I said, you've got problems with expressing yourself, so you should be writing. So you should be doing research and writing, because you will unearth things that most probably can't even fathom. All right, and so let's see, that is Pluto in Scorpio. More Scorpio for you. Scorpio, that's your solar plexus. Interesting. So that's more citrine, and that's your solar plexus chakra, and that's about your fear center. There's your fears and phobias, loss of control, fear of losing control, fear of giving your power to another person or a relationship, and you'll be healing that area. And so anytime that you feel fear of losing control, which would be in a relationship or anything like that, this is where you're gonna do your research and write about it. Write a journal, write a book, write a short story, Maybe you could write sitcoms. Maybe you could write plays. The list goes on and on and on with your gifts, girl. And so now this is your 4th house, right? So here's the interesting thing. Your 4th house is ruled by Cancer. And remember, your ascendant is Cancer. So you may have been working on research in your past life that is incomplete. And you may now have an emotional attachment to that energy, that residual energy left behind. And you're here to figure out what it is, destroy what exists, and rewrite it. So hopefully this will be uncovered in your past life reading. But oh my God, that's amazing. That's an amazing discovery. Your 4th house is about your hearth, about security, home, family, and in-group areas. And Cancer energy is really, 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 really concerned with family. So remember that. So there may be, for you, it may be as simple as doing genealogy or a family genealogy report, or, something to that effect. The list goes on and on. Anyway, let's keep moving forward. And so I'm going to talk about your North Node. Your North Node is 20 degrees in Aries, and it's in the house of your XMC. That's where I don't have a lot of expertise in the XMC, the midheaven and all that. I didn't really quite learn all of that perfectly enough to go there, so I'm going to leave that information out. But I can tell you about your North Node, 20 degrees in Aries. This is when you're the most comfortable, when you're involved in a group activity outside of your immediate family circle. This is when you delight in getting involved with others, maybe in the neighborhood or in civic or politics, or even political activities. You may be on the front line, for a silent vigil or some sort of demonstrating protest or whatever. We could count on you to be there, especially if you can be a part of the leadership, because your ideas, in your mind, they're the best ideas. And so that's where we can find you. But it's your zeal and your overabundant energy that you bring to the table that really spark the real creativity in you when you can work towards tangible results. So if it's a situation where you say, hey, this really makes sense. Hey, I really care about this. Hey, this really means the world to me. That's when you're going to put forth that energy. And let's see. I think more importantly, your interest is going to be in what's going to benefit you right now and benefit those around you. That's where your interest is going to lay. So you've got a real gift for getting the most out of charity drives and community benefits. Yay. So take time out between projects, though, because you're an overgiver. You tire out easily because of this, and your effectiveness becomes greatly diminished when your energy is depleted. Always remember that. All right. Also, don't even think of trying to get involved at a peripheral level. You need to be in a total commitment. You need to do this in order to feel personal fulfillment. So anything surface is not going to satisfy you or please you, and it could actually spiral you into a really long depression. So you need to be fully committed, and you need to have the position of that total commitment in order to be, fulfilled. Let others bake the cookies and set up the chairs. You should be the one to tell everyone what to do and when to do it. Interesting. And again, Aries rules. Aries is the solar plexus. So again, more citrine for you. And of course, that's again healing your fear center. Fears and phobias, loss of control, the fear of losing control, giving out your power to another person, especially in relationships. So this is where you're a bit of a control freak. North Node is where your Dharma comes from, is where you get your gifts and your blessings, or where it's calculated at, right? So wherever your North Node is, whatever house it's in at this, whatever day you're looking at, this is where you'll be reaping what you sow in that area. So remember to be fair and balanced, especially with yourself. So I just want to tell you, I don't have your South Node. It's impossible to get anybody's actual South Node information. But your South Node is your karma. That's in your Akashic records. All right. Your Akashic records are always above you, and they go with you wherever you go. And your South Node, wherever it's placed at, so if you want to look today, tomorrow, or next month, next week, next year, wherever it's placed, you'll be receiving karma from that house. So your North Node is the Dharma. Remember that, okay? So here's my overall assessment of your chart reading. You, my dear, have got to heal your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and your root chakra, most in particularly from a lot of past life energy. And it's not really past life energy, but is more focused on your current life energy. This is what you're focusing on in order to get through all of that. This is what you got to do. You got to heal those energies. Maybe try giving your control over to someone else, using certain exercises to try to do things to sort of help you relax in certain areas. All right, we're going to keep moving. Your destiny number is number 1. Now, keep in mind, your destiny does change as you change your name. So your destiny path is number 1, which means that you are born to lead. You're made for rulership. You are an influencer, and your gift is that of authority. Woohoo! Okay, and your life path number is, are you ready? Drum roll, please. It is number 4, the number of stability. And you can go ahead and Google life path number 4 and read all about it. I'll just give you a quick synopsis. Basically, life path number 4 are very down-to-earth people. But you need to keep in mind, or the most important thing that you need to know about being a life path number 4 is that success is only 5% of inspiration and 95% of hard work. These are people who have a lot of earth-like qualities, and it's connected with your roots, foundation, and the physical body energy. Lots of hard work and completeness. So go ahead and research that in your own time, because it's quite a long read, and it's time for me to get on with your past life reading and all of the elements of that. All right, here we go. One thing I did leave out. I apologize. I'm going over my notes while I'm cleaning up the table here. Your South Node is 20 degrees in Libra. Apologies, I do have that info, which would really signify that you have a lot of karma to heal with injustice. Past life injustice, things that may have been unfair. And so where you've got these 3 chakras that really specifically need your attention, and you have so much character concentrated in them, I would say it has a lot to do with relationships, the violation of your personal space, your body, things like that, and the loss of control, where you may have been taken advantage of repeatedly in a past life, also causing you to have a fear of not having the good life. Something that makes you horribly uncomfortable is not being comfortable. And luxuries. You love luxury items, and anytime that may be threatened, that could make you really, really uncomfortable. The other thing I have for you is your Lilith. Your Black Lilith is 28 degrees in Gemini. And this is in the 12th house. So this is what you don't want to look at, your dark side, your shadow side, is you suffer secretly from anxiety. And the reason for this is because you're preoccupied with others. Your thinking and your doing is all about others and not for yourself. And when you neglect yourself, you cause yourself to be in an anxietic state of mind. So that works against you. Also, your fortune is in Gemini. So there's a lot of mental issues, a lot of mental capacity. You are a thinker and futuristic. You shoot out crazy ideas and they come from nowhere, and they're actually your gift and blessings to others. So you may spontaneously take the pressure off of the social meeting and say, hey, let's just go on a cruise. And that's something that would probably make you so happy. And people will be like, well, where did that come from? And go along with you and absolutely heal, enjoy themselves, and love you for the idea. So go with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get set up for your actual reading. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with your past life reading. Here we go. So your first position is, what is your soul's past life experience? And that's interesting. You feeling that you didn't get the recognition that you deserve. You feeling like you didn't get the attention that you sought. You feeling like people didn't really hail you in for the brilliance that you actually bring to the table. That's the Six of Wands in reverse, saying that you just didn't get what you didn't get what you thought you deserved. Let's clarify that a little bit. Yeah, the Tower in reverse. So not only did you not get the recognition that you deserved, you did everything that you could to stop and prevent this from happening. Your past life experience really showing me that you went the extra mile to get what you deserve, to have justice in situations, to feel for others to see and show you your value, and you didn't get that, or it may not be to the level that you think that you deserved. And so that's your past life experience. And we're going to look at number 2. What was your past life challenge? The Knight of Swords. So I'm really feeling like it was for you to communicate, for you to change things, change the direction of things. And you've got the Empress in the reverse for a clarifier. So you may have had some self-worth issues, some self-love issues that really probably blocked you from being able to communicate your truth. The Knight of Swords is someone who is involved in a situation, who is handling things, who knows methodically what they want to do, and they're changing the direction to come and communicate that, to clarify things. And you may not have had the worthiness or the self-worth. You may have had depression, not taking care of yourself, not loving on yourself, maybe feeling like you didn't belong. Wow. And number 3 is, what was your past life's achievement? Wow. Your past life's achievement? Well, it wasn't victorious. There may be a lack of clarity, a lack of truth, a lack of understanding, and it's caused you, your clarifier is the Nine of Wands, it's caused you to be really defensive. Having to fight, constantly having to fight. Your past life, achievements, everything that you did achieve, you had to, one thing after another, fight a battle. And you save that one last fight, it might have been for your reincarnation. You didn't get the recognition that you deserved. It looks like you may have sabotaged it. You may have been working on something really big, really superior. And people may have told you, nah, we don't like your ideas, we don't want it. And you did everything you can. You fought and fought and fought to try to prevent that. But it happened anyway. You could have invented something. You could have understood something in astrology. Look at this big giant star. It's really sticking out to me. It's like you were making waves, possibly in astrology. We're trying to communicate some kind of truth that would change the flow of things. Maybe you knew it and couldn't clarify it or couldn't speak it. This Empress has a sword and an arrow. And she's tattered and worn, keeping her hands close to her body. So I'm really feeling like you suppressed a lot of energy in your past life as well, which caused you to not be able to speak out, caused you to not be able to deliver this truth, caused you to be, to hold back on something. These feelings of worthlessness or inferiority, or knowing that you have superior, communications to come in, but maybe you did not quite communicate them. You didn't have the self-worth to communicate them, whatever those ideas were, or truths. So you didn't get the recognition that you deserved. This is completely flowing with your other reading, with your chart. Which one's next? Number 4 is, how does my past life energy affect your current life? Your past life energy affects your current life by giving you emotional fulfillment. The 10 of Cups, bliss. You probably have a lot of past life energy, like I said, residual, and you got 2 clarifiers. Past life residual energy, yeah. Past life. Reconnecting with those nostalgic memories, those feelings, that's what makes you happy. And then you got the Knight of Pentacles, but maybe you haven't planned or have no plan on how to use that information, those feelings, to come forward with anything now. This is about how it's affecting your current life. Wow. In your past life, it looks like you were really happy with whatever idea you had, whatever you came up with, and it was rejected, maybe by society, maybe by a group. Like I said, maybe you invented something, and you didn't get the recognition that you did deserve for whatever it was. You have an emotional attachment. Not to mention the 10 of Cups. This is like, you got a lot of emotions to give, a lot to offer, a lot to put on the table. And the 6 of Cups is about giving and taking reciprocal energy. Maybe, maybe in the past life you experienced this, and when you put it on the table, you got rejected for it. You tried to communicate it, you got rejected for it. You had some new ideas about it. It was not successful. It was not properly communicated, or not communicated at all. You got 3 swords right here. And this is the Empress holding a sword. Interesting. And then the other card here is the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like in this lifetime, how it's affecting your life this time is you're afraid to move forward. You're afraid to strategize. You're afraid to make those plans happen. There's a lot of emotional fulfillment in things that you know in this lifetime, things that you want to communicate, but you're not. You may be suffering from the same self-worthlessness, and it's blocking you or stopping you from moving forward. This life's sole purpose for this lifetime, hold on a second, is the Moon in reverse. Interesting. This life's sole purpose for this lifetime, you need to reveal secrets. Whatever it was you tried to communicate before, it was rejected in your past life. Maybe it's this time that you're going to bring it. This time you need to reveal whatever it is. So in your chart, we see that you're into the hidden realms, into hidden information. You've got an excellent skill for research, knowing, digging deep. You've got a lot of Scorpio in your chart. You've got a lot of Aries, or a little bit of Aries, a lot of Scorpio, and Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and a very little bit of Gemini, and then a whole lot of Cancer. So you definitely are going to use your intuition. Okay, follow your intuition, whatever your intuitive pulses are. Connect to your emotional fulfillment for that. Satisfy yourself. And then present it to a situation that's going to actually give back. This life's sole purpose for you this time is to reveal hidden secrets, to expose hidden knowledge, to let go of the burden of the selflessness or the self-worthlessness. Stop fighting. It looks like you're fighting yourself. You're resisting the urge to communicate in the past. or preventing yourself from doing that. Your past life achievement was not achieved. All right. And then, this is interesting. I should pull a love card for this. This one is, am I connected to someone in this lifetime from my past lifetime? And you got yes, the King of Wands, which is a fire sign. This may be somebody who's actually in your life right now. This could be someone who, sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. Okay, so this could be someone that, someone you do know, someone who is in your life. Someone, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be an ancestor. This could be a family member. But this is definitely a really hot guy who knows what he wants and he goes after what he wants. I'm getting the strong Leo sense. But the King of Wands typically represents Sagittarius. But the lion here is like popping out at me. And he's scrawny. This may be someone who's starving for you. This person may also have Cancer in their north and south node. And this may be, it's funny, my phone says there's no SIM card. Interesting. At 1:44. Okay, so I'm also feeling that this is someone who someone who's actually led by his animal instincts. This is someone who's going to sniff you. This is someone who's going to sniff you when he hugs you goodbye to remember your smell. Someone who's going to be absolutely attracted to you when you're sweaty, hot, sweaty, dirty, not when you're in your sexy. This is someone who's going to have real, pure animal instincts to come at you. So you may already know who this is. He's already in your life. Definitely feeling the male energy. And definitely having Cancer in his north and south node, or one or the other, or Cancer in his chart. This person may be very unstable or not know how to build stability with you. And Knight of Swords. This is someone who may be suffering. Yeah, this is definitely a soulmate. Here's what I want to show you. You have the Knight of Swords in the upright, but you failed to do it, right? And this is someone with a Knight of Swords in the reverse. So there may be soul lessons. This person didn't get his security. You didn't get the recognition that you deserved. So you definitely have someone that you're connected to from your past life that's in your life right now that you may be learning soul lessons with about whatever this is. So what is your actual passion right now? That's what you need to ask yourself. What is the actual passion right now that you want to uncover? What is the mystery that you're researching? Whatever that mystery is that you're researching, you need to literally let it out, let it be known, let the secrets out, and trust in yourself, believe in yourself, love yourself, and go ahead and communicate that. That was your past life challenge. You clearly did not achieve it. You didn't achieve it. And that may be pissing you off in this lifetime, and you don't know why you're pissed. So someone is in your life right now that's going to help bring that to your attention. Looking for a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And I told you I feel strong Leo. But it could be a Sag. And your final outcome. What's the final outcome for this past spread? Oh, wow. The Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Blasted Tower. Well, you have the Tower here. Yeah, you have the Tower here in reverse. So things didn't quite blow up before. You just did not get recognized. Someone could have stolen your idea, which is a reason why you have so much to heal in your fear center. Losing control to others, and also the old stuff center. That's exactly where you may feel someone stealing your ideas. You may have actually invented something or created something or understood something, researched something, uncovered something in your past life, and when you tried to communicate it, you were probably shut down. Didn't get the recognition that you deserved, didn't get to tell your whole story. You didn't have any victory, no winnings with that. But the outcome of your reading is you need to have some sort of collaboration and really have confidence and take the lead. It's like let your animal instincts fly. You may have to learn from this person, whoever this fire sign is, from your past life. So you do have a past life soulmate. Doesn't mean it's going to be a romantic relationship. In fact, I'm seeing that it's not. Like I said, I'll pull out a romantic card and find out. But you're going to be really, really devastated to realize who this person is. And then something will suddenly have to change. You're going to have to shift right back into that energy of wanting to change directions and make this revelation or this research known. Whether you publish a book, you may have to get together with some people and do the research or publish a book. But you need to stand into your goddess power and make it happen. I'm feeling like you're a ticking time bomb with whatever this is, but you've got time. You're still building pressure, not ready to explode yet. Aries energy. So I'm also seeing that I'm also seeing that if you'll work together or form some sort of collaborative group or collaborative effort, remember you need to be in leadership, you need to or be a leader, have rulership and influence, or affluence is even better, and you really need to take authority. If you're willing to do that, that is this energy, there will be a sudden change, a tower. Towers are not always bad. Towers are sometimes very, very, very good. Let's clarify exactly what the tower is. Wow, you saw that? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands in the upright, and then clarifying the tower is the Queen of the Wands in reverse. Don't doubt yourself. You may actually doubt yourself and not have the confidence and screw this up. If you can just hone in on your feminine energy and really push forward with whatever this is, I see this really working out well for you. Let me get one more clarifier. Why is the Queen of Wands in reverse here? The Queen of Swords. Yeah, you need to cut that out. You need to change some behaviors. You've been hurt and you're scorned and you're really feeling, you feel good about whatever this is, but you have fear. You have so much fear that working with others, even though you're in control, you're going to lose power. And that makes you feel less than. This is exactly what your chart was saying. So you're going to have to do some sort of cutting energy. Again, you have the sword. You've got the Queen, the Empress over here with the sword down. You're holding the sword this time. You're using it. To clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse, you need to cut that out. You need to really detach from any emotional connection. There's too much emotional fulfillment for whatever this was that you were working on, but it's been shunned and shut down by society or your group or the elements around you, causing you to doubt or mistrust others around you or even question your self-worth. So it's causing a tower to you. It's destructive energy and it hurts no one but you. So you're going to have to let that go. All right, so let's check this out and let's see exactly if there's any romantic connotation with this soulmate. Tell me about the King of Wands. Tell me about the King of Wands. Separation and attraction. You guys may be in separation right now. This may be somebody you know that you're broken up with, but you're going to have to call them in. You're going to have to attract them to you. How do you do that? Cutting out the self-worthlessness, stepping in and standing in your goddessship, leveling up, and you can do that with a collaborative effort. You may need to work with friends. You may need to work with an existing situation that you have, and definitely let go of control issues. I'm going to leave it right there. So I don't think that this is a romantic relationship, okay? I think it's a soulmate who's going to help you finally get the recognition that you deserve. finally get the recognition you deserve with whatever it is that you reveal. So be really careful who you decide to work with. Whatever the secret research is that you're doing, keep it up. Keep up the hard work and go for it, or whatever you're inspired to do. If you're, this big star is sticking out to me. I don't think I ever really cared about the star before, but wow, and the flow of energy there. Suggestion, it may have to do with astrology. You may have a new niche that you're discovering about yourself. Go ahead and unleash that energy. This person, this fire sign, may come in at the right time. As soon as you're focused on fixing your confidence, leveling up, you've got confidence issues galore here. Okay? I'll tell you why. It's because in your past life, you had to fight. And you don't want to fight in this lifetime. You just don't want to fight. So you're going to have to level up. Let this person come in by you being focused on leveling up, by being focused on healing yourself, healing your self-worth issues, healing any trust issues that you have or mistrust issues. All right? As long as you're in this low vibration energy, this person can't come in. So therefore, there's a separation. All right? If you let go of control issues, which is a big problem for you, you like to be and need to be in control. But with this person coming back into your life to help you achieve this, finally, whatever it is, all you got to do is vibrate and bring them in. All right, love, I'm going to move on to the next reading. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I want to do is talk to your ancestors. I want to see what's going on with your ancestors and what they want to tell you, what they want you to know. So let's find out exactly which one of your ancestors are present. Well, number 7 is standing out right now. Look, number 7, this is a spiritual journey or a spiritual ancestor. Which one of your ancestors are present? It's like they're all there. There could be 7 of them. But look at this beautiful golden ring of light. Patience and planning. This tells me that your ancestors are definitely from God, or representatives of light, representatives of positive energy. So the circle, the aura around you is healthy, good, beautiful, loving energy. So I didn't get any specific on exactly who that is. I'll pull a clarifier and see if we can narrow that down a little bit. And what is your relationship to me, dear ancestor? I'm here to bring you new life, new birth. I'm here to help you give birth to this concept that you've been working on for many lifetimes. Interesting. And this is a feminine energy here. And then number 3 is what generational gifts have I inherited from you? The generational gifts is new beginnings. So you know exactly how to do this. You've had self-worth blockages that are preventing you. So you've got an ancestor from your light side who's showing up to help you make this happen. That fire sign person could be also a part of that ancestral history. Okay? Because they're definitely coming in to help you make this change. And the generational gift that you've inherited from this ancestor is new beginning information or energy. So sorry about that. All right. And, dear ancestor, what are your... Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm really getting a little tired here. Okay, can you tell? All right, and there's a lot of incredible energy here. My ancestors are working with your ancestors, and I was afraid to welcome them in with all that Scorpio in your chart. All right, so number 4, what are your hopes for me, dear ancestors? Dear ancestors, what are your hopes for her? Well, it's in the reverse. Their hopes for you are rejoice and celebration. They don't want to see you on the other side. They want to see you make it. Their hopes for you is that you actually do accomplish this in this lifetime. You don't have to come back and do it again. How can I honor my heritage? How can she honor her heritage with her ancestors, with you, dear ancestors? How can she? Woo! Victory and success. Again, the number 6. Succeed. Make it happen, baby girl. Whatever this project is that you're working on, go for it and don't stop. Focus on it, and that person will come right to you who's supposed to help you right when you need them. Don't get stuck. Trust and believe they're on their way. And your final message is, what is the healing message from your ancestors? Dear ancestors, what's the healing message for her? Authority. Let go of control. Let go of control issues. You can't control everything all the time. So I want to ask exactly who is this ancestor We got the Two of Wands in reverse. So it's an Aries sign, or an Aries. I'm feeling like this was a very decisive person. Potentially someone you worked with before. Or someone who tried to do... Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Whatever this is, it's really big. It's going to change everyone's life. It's going to affect the whole world. And all you got to do is trust God. You really shouldn't be dating right now, or even thinking about dating right now. This ancestor who's with you is potentially an Aries person, someone who was very decisive and knew what they wanted, but unable to complete this project due to conflict of interest, or not being able to stand up for their beliefs, or whatever. You're inheriting some kind of project from them. You're taking this project from an ancestor, and you're going to give birth to it, and they're going to make sure you did from the other side. But you've got to let go of control issues. They want you to succeed. And they want you to move forward, move fast, get to work, and get out of your head. Get out of your way, get out of your head. Enough with the mind chatter. Don't argue with anybody. Don't argue with me. Get on it, whatever it is. Whoa. Whoa. That is amazing. I want to pull, because you have past life Cancer. These are my favorites to share with Cancer. I just need to see something really quick. We know you need to let go of control issues, but I want Spirit to... Are her ancestors still here? Please remain with me. What does she need to release? Show her exactly what she needs to release besides control issues. I haven't used these in a very long time. Your ancestors, they want you to surrender to divine timing. All right, I know that you want to date, you're getting a lot of attention, and there is a soulmate in your energy field. But you're about to give birth to something that's literally going to change the world. Or maybe even the way the world sees you, but it's going to make your ancestors very, very proud. You're inheriting secrets, information, universal secrets from this ancestor who was unsuccessful. You're following in someone's footsteps. This is probably an Aries woman. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing, and it's a goal. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust in the universal flow. I couldn't have done this reading better on my own. That was amazing. Wow, wow, wow. And guess what? There's another reading for you. I'll be right back. Let me clean this up. Okay, so let's talk about karma. Karma is where your south node is positioned. Wherever the south node is positioned, that house is where you're going to reap karma from. So let's say it's in the 6th house, and maybe you wished a lot of sickness on someone. You say, I hope he gets sick. I hope he gets sick. Well, as soon as that south node hits the 6th house for you, guess who's getting sick? You are 6, 7, 8, even 10 times worse than what you wished on someone else. That's how karma works. All right, so I want to do a karma spread. I'm going to use the same cards. They said to use the same cards and see what needs to be healed. All right, ancestors, for her, what karma does she still need to work out? Not celebrating yourself, not being connected to your spiritual gifts, your material wealth, feeling like life is not giving you back what you're giving. But listen, 6 and 3 is 9, which means it's almost over. You have to get over this obstacle. You got to complete this karmic cycle and really step into your power. step into your sun sign, step into your power, and go ahead and make this project, it's 144, make this project really happen, all right? Whatever it is, that's what you need to work on. And what is your most important lesson in this lifetime? The most important lesson for you in this lifetime is that you are the keeper of wisdom. You need, and it's going to change. Wisdom that will change everything. You're supposed to write something that's going to illuminate the world, that's going to change the world. You're the keeper of secrets. That's the most important lesson that you're going to learn in this life. So if you're sitting there going, what secrets, what secrets? You know what they are. You need to take a little journey on the inside and figure it out. Pinpoint exactly what it is. Talk to your ancestors. Talk to your spirit guides. They're here with me and you. So talk to them, reach out, and let them nullify and clarify exactly what that is. All right, and let's see what else. What are your past life lessons learned? Whoa. Sacrifice. 12. 1 and 2 equals 3. So, you know, you learned your lesson you about sacrifice. You had to give. You were constantly giving. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had to put the air back on. Okay. So your past life lesson learned is all about sacrifice. That's what you were working on. You were working on how to give. That's why in this lifetime, you are hell-bent on giving all you got. You learned the art and the value and the worth of sacrifice. You're no stranger to giving things up or to giving yourself up. But in this lifetime, you may be giving yourself up to the point where you burn out and there's nothing left for you. So watch that. So what is the past life lesson that is yet to be learned? All right, ancestors, past life lesson yet to be learned. Just one card, please. Spiritual union. Coming into union with his soulmate. But like I said, I didn't see it as romantic, not for the time being. Spiritual union could be with yourself, your inner masculine and feminine coming together under the power of God or whatever it is that you believe in. Spiritual union is also choosing your divine path. It's also connecting with your ancestors. Spiritual union, you really have ancestors that want to absolutely give you something, and they're going to hold your hand and show you the way. And so that's what you have yet to learn. So you're probably about to start experiencing some freaky phenomenal stuff. It's all spiritual. That's your Neptune. Hold on, dropping cards. Okay, so your helpful influences. What are helpful influences? That's too many cards. Let me just get one. Tell me, what are the helpful influences? Helpful influences are victory and success. And working with your shadow side, 18, so that's 9 and 6. So literally, what's going to help you is not resisting your shadow side. Learn to face your fears about how you feel. You have emotional depth, I want to say. Emotional depth. And you're actually afraid of it. And that's why you suppress it. So you're going to have to actually face that shadow side and learn how to work with it. Wow. I'm getting nervous all of a sudden here, or whatever. You're going to have to face your shadow side and say, hey, you know what? These are some good things about me. These are some bad things about me. But here's what I can do. I can work them together and have victory and success. So that's what's going to help you, or your helpful influences. Your own shadow side. The things that are bad about you or that others don't like about you, use them. Those are your gifts. It is who you are. If the people around you can't handle it, you need to get new people. And here is exactly what you need to avoid. What do you need to avoid? You need to avoid, it says the universe, but it's 3. You need to avoid not working with others, not creating your universe. The universe card talks about you working in a whole unison as one, giving birth to new ideas. Don't avoid this. Don't avoid it. It says things to avoid, but no, you don't want to avoid this. What you want to avoid is letting things just happen, letting the universe take control. The universe is in control, but you're going on a journey for spiritual union. So you're going to get kind of sucked out of this whole universal play and play with your own universe. Don't get sucked into everyone else's universe. Connect to your own. Here's yours. You're going to have to connect to your own. You're going to have to go on a spiritual journey with your shadow side and really connect to your own inner universe And when you're working with others, I think I mentioned that in your chart, you're better in control of everything. Let someone else bake the cookies. Let someone else stack the chairs. You need to be in control. Don't let everything just happen. Don't just be there. Show up, participate, and really make change. Woo! What an amazing reading. And that absolutely concludes your past life reading. It's a little bit different from what I've done before historically. I'm doing what I feel to do. I always trust my own instincts and spirit guides whenever I'm doing a reading, whether it's a new one or an old one. It doesn't matter. So I hope you like it. I hope you loved it, and I hope it helps. And I will follow up with you in about a week or so, and we're going to have a quick little chat. All right, my friends, I absolutely love you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's Angie B with Choose Pure Love. If you'd like to book your past life reading, click the link below. Let's get it started. Love you all. Go love yourself. Bye.